What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Then show me. Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. That overhead was a bit obvious. Lots of aggression from both sides. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. The quarter makes it hard, ends with a projectile. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
A brave forward jump there to start. They've piled up the hits him with a stop and pop. Launches with a tanker kick. That combo did decent damage. Experiencing burnout. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Not close enough for the springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Player one holding on, wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player one took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Put one in the pocket. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. What are they thinking here? Opts for the throw. Neither of them willing to back off here. Taking stock. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Nice drive impact sends them connecting to Heaven's Wi-Fi. Good sense to let it rip. Player one on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. Drive time. Who's going to start things off? The Tekken ring hits home. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Breaks the block with a throw. That throw will do some good damage. Player one brushes that off and keeps going. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Shows a medium kick. Side won't play their game. Says no with the overdrive tension. Oh, engine's cranked. This could be trouble. They return to center. They're going for the super arc. Player one with the rhythm, owning that combo finishes it. Player one was an absolute beast in that match. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Player one might have just shifted this round into high gear. Did well to get the buff in there. Still slugging it out here. Player two is just about out of drive after that. Decides to buff up while they can. Fireball from very low. What's next here? All right, what's coming up next? Life lead opens up. Somehow pushes back. Drive rush to keep it going. There's a bar to unleash the storm. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Now, can they finish the job? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Jumps up. Springs forward with the drive rush. What'll happen here? Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? Peppers them with a lightning kick. Knockout and rattles them with a spinning bird kick. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Brushes that off and keeps going. Both sides whip. They're wide open. That's how you close it out. What a beast! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. The last round. It's now or never. Gets drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. betting it all on the drive rush. Player one is in a very good spot now. Still can't find a way out of this corner. Something's gotta give. Changes the pace with the fireball. Sets up with the jump in. What now? Here comes a back throw for damage and vital positioning. Getting up close and personal. Oh, hits the critical art. They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out. No one could have called that. Player two clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Medium kick into, experiencing burnout. Player one has the life lead. Can they use it? Time to sit on the lead. Player one chases them down. Big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Takes a trip. That drive impact doesn't get through. Takes the chance to hurt him. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Well-timed corner switch. KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
There's an overdrive on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened? Brushes that off and keeps going. Experiencing burnout. Very slick with the combo. What a super art? Is this early super gonna change things? Both fighters planning something? Player two might have just shifted this round into high gear. With breathers, just goes for it at this range. Player two has an empty. Oh, plot twist. Going drive rush. Can they create an opportunity for them? They're recovered. Super closes it out. Player one just showed why they're one of the best. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Player one drops them to half, closing the gap. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner, buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Neither of them willing to back off. Great work finding the opening. All right, what's coming up next? The jump in catches them. Takes a big gamble and KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Can they keep on him? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player one holding on to that corner advantage. A parry? Player one hits him with a stop and pop. Risky up-close scrap still experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Peppers them with the lightning kick. Wrecks them. Can they create an off-draw critical? What's gonna happen? Is it time for pleasure? Time for pain? As far as Juri's concerned, they're kind of the same. They got a denied. What a finish! Player one was an absolute beast in that match. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Medium kick hits. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zone strat. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. Knockdown. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now. Will this super art connect? Goes for the Sakai Fuazan! Vintage Juri! Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Saihasho? So little life left. Stings them with the Shikusen. Player two has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Gets a risky bump in. Brushes that off and keeps going. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Now, can they finish the job? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen? They're going for the super art? Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Medium kick. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. A quick breather. Get in there! Player
Chun-Li.
1 took no time to finish that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Parries the attack. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Does a good job of pushing back. Taking stock. Goes for the drive rush there. Knife lead opens up. Saw them sweating against the wall and gets in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 2 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital. They need to manage it properly for this coming round. Spinning bird kick! Drive rush to keep it going. What'll happen here? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Hits them with a stopping body. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side swing. Gets the crit. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Look at D9! He's cool and knocks him out. Who's gonna take it? This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Flatline zone. Player
Chun-Li.
1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Sorry.
Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player 2 is just about out of drive out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? They need to hold out. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Decides to puff up while they can. Knockdown. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. Looking to impress with this super, serving them a severe beatdown, and the fun's just starting. They were right to be on guard there. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. Both fighters planning something? The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 1 just posterized their opponent. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Can they further capitalize on that? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. The Fuha stalk to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Knockdown. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? In a dire situation, they saw the chip KO on the table. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Neither of them brushes that off and keeps going. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has an empty. They're going for the super art. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
That felt good, didn't it?
Make smart use of the gauge. Good super. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that big ops for the critical art. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the flatline zone. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Stings them with the Shikusen. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tenso. Does a good job of pushing back. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Okay, creating some space here. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Absorbs the attack and fires back. The makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage? Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tenso. Throws them. What's next? Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Knockdown and player 2, but they can't squander this punish counter yet. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Saihasho gets the combo. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Burnout activates. Still scrapping for control of the space. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Reaches out with a lightning kick. Checks him with a projectile. Player 1 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Goes for the super art. Taking stock. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Barely hits them with a stop and pop. Gets the bar on up control. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Player 1 turned this right around with that super.
What are you waiting for?
Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out?
Are you ready?
Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Deal some sick damage there in exchange for some meter. Trips them up. Opts for the throw. Player 1 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash on the hinder. Sticks the combo. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes with a projectile for their opening shot. Jumps in. Scrapping it out, springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Launches with a Tenku kick. Going in. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Oh, plot twist. Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Puts him on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Checks with the projectile. Still slugging it out here. Goes for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive impact whips. Are they ready to punish? Sticks the combo. Player 1 chases them down. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump into start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them. What's next? Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Experiencing burnout. Oh no, they're stunned. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage and whips. They're wide open. Are we gonna see a comeback? Hikacho getting in some real damage. Going in for the super art, do anything in there. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Player 1 turned this right around with that super. Does a good job of pushing back. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Throws them. What's next? Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge. Burnout activates. They're both out of drive gauge. KO! Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up?
Round 2. Fight.
Can they keep on him? Reaches out with the lightning kicks. Brushes that off and keeps going. Spinning bird kick. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive switch. Long sway engine activation. They want to end this quick. Peppers them with the lightning kicks. Buffs up. Serenity Stream ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.